beautiful people. Hey, 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 and welcome to another episode of Issues in Society. Welcome to our live stream. My name is Vanilla, as you know, your favorite girl. And today, I have somebody very important in the studio. Please make welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Abubakar, aka Vanny Bloom. But we'll have lots of interesting stuff to talk about. But before we talk about the main trending stuff happening on social media, we would like to see some of the stories making round on our national dailies. So
Exactly.
we'll go straight to the Daily Times. On the front page of the Daily Times, this says Tinubu has traveled 200 out of 806 days in office by Peter Obi.
Wow.
Above the nameplates, we have agitation for single tenor, unconstitutional, unacceptable, or Haneze Indigbo. Below the nameplates, we also have rumor surrender, defense headquarters rather, debunks rumor, surrender of terrorist leader Turji. We also have national safety, not negotiable. Tunji Ojo tells newly decorated fire chief. No region will be shut out of development drive and no region will be shut out of development drive, federal government assures. Also, on the Daily Times paper, we also have Diaspora Nigerians brings capital expertise, global influence. These and many more you'd get on the Daily Times newspaper. You just might want to grab a copy. But one of the stories that is interesting coming out of the Daily Times newspaper is when Peter Obi said Tinubu has traveled 200 out of 806 days in office.
Wow.
I don't know what to say about that. At some point, we heard the president is out for. There was a time he was resting. There was also another time he was, out for medical reasons. And now Peter Obi is raising an alarm that out of the 806 days that the president has spent in the office, he has spent 200 days for vacation.
Wow.
Well, let's see how that. Let's see if we get any of the presidential spokesman or spokesperson or media spokesperson come out to counter this particular allegation that Peter Obi has raised. All right, guys, moving on to the very next newspaper that we have. On this day newspaper, one of the stories making the biggest headline is Imba inaugurates five ultra modern transport terminals, 100 mass bus transits, CNG buses,
Whoa.
targets 20,000 jobs, set to introduce 2,000 city taxes. Also says Planet Project MD, this is unprecedented. Governor Host Idris says oil subsidy removal freed up resources for infrastructure. Above the nameplates, we have Kaduna government. Nasir Erufai is frustrated, stinking, and wants to drag others alongside with him. I don't know what to say about that, but that's some very interesting news coming out of Kaduna State. There's this thing that they
Very
say when
interesting.
politicians are not longer relevant in public office, they have a way of, I don't want to use the word not relevant, when they are not associated
Okay.
with the government of the day,
When they're not
they,
active.
yeah, they start to, pick offenses with every little thing that they do. I think that's peculiar to all human nature.
Exactly.
Imagine, just like Wike said about Amechi, he said the only reason why Amechi is angry about the administration is because he has not or he's not part of the government of the day. Then we
Exactly.
get to see how this goes. So this says another story that caught my eyes from Enugu says that Mba inaugurates five ultra modern market transport terminals,
Wow.
100 mass bus transit CNG buses. Now, I'm very
Beautiful.
excited that this is coming. At least 2,000 people will be targeted for this, at least give people jobs. But let it not be based on nepotism.
Exactly.
Let it not be based on, I have maybe the local government chairman will say, I have one brother unemployed.
Based
I
on
think you
as
have
per
to, do you
connect.
understand, as per connection, as per nepotism. So let it be let it be based on merit. I'm
Exactly.
happy that this is coming out, and I would like to hear, of course, like he has just said, I will personally take my time to investigate from the people of Enugu State if this is actually, what it is, because sometimes government and propaganda goes hand in hand. We would like
Exactly.
to know if the bosses that they said they got and the people that they said they will employ, they actually employed that number of people. Moving on to our very next paper, this is the Daily Sun. The big story making headlines is 2027 PDP plots smart zoning to displace APC. We know
Wow.
that power sharing make or mar our party. Acting national chairman, opposition party inaugurates 44-man panel on sharing formula. We also have, above it, we have president now a tourist, always traveling by Peter Obi. Underneath it, we have Governor Umba commissions 100 mass transit CNG buses, terminals. This also says OAU students commit suicide for repeating class twice.
Wow.
Southeast has no excuse to lack relevance in Nigeria. We also have double tragedy, father of slain Kogi photojournalist slums dead. Oh,
Jeez.
this is actually not this is actually not a good one. Okay, and
Double
one of them,
tragedy.
another story making headlines on the Daily Sun paper is Okonjo-Iweala said Tinubu has stabilized the economy. So this is from the Daily Sun newspaper. You just might want to grab a copy, but I think this story, one of the stories that we have checked and seen in the previous newspaper, is
Mm.
that of the Peter Obi saying the president is now a tourist, moving from one place to the
To
other.
another.
He also alleged that the president has spent more than 206 days out of his total tenure of 800 and something days in the office.
Mm.
Anyway, like I said, I'm waiting for the likes of Bayo Onanuga to come out and respond to Peter Obi and respond to Nigerians, because I mean, I want to believe that Peter Obi is speaking the minds of Nigerians
Nigerians.
at this point. Another headline coming out of the Daily Sun that made wave on social media is when Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala had a closed door meeting with the president yesterday, and she
Mm.
came out to say that the president is doing well and is stabilizing the economy. And a lot of people are like, okay, stabilizing the economy in what sense? Poverty is still on the rampart.
That one really struck me. Like it
Yeah, poverty is
really
still on the
struck me.
rampart. But on the flip side of the coin,
Mm.
we've been able to clear our debts.
Okay. Yeah,
We've
that's
been able to
true.
clear some of our debts,
Some
not
of it,
all.
not all of
Yes,
it.
we've been able to clear some of our debts. And the question is that we're still borrowing. And the question is, okay, if the economy is truly stabilized, because I want to believe that she's talking from a place of an economist. I
Mm.
am not an economist.
Mm.
I'm a common man. And for me being a common man, an ordinary Nigerian, a citizen of Nigeria, I want to believe
Exactly.
that if we take a camera and a microphone to the streets to ask Nigerians if the economy is truly stabilized, I know a lot of people will have stuff to say,
No.
because the things that we could buy for cheaper amounts 5 years ago is not the same
Talk
as
about the
now.
hike in food
The
prices.
hike in
It's
food prices,
loud.
the hike in
It's
everything. And the question
loud.
is, there's never anything that comes up in Nigeria that ever comes
Comes
down.
down. It doesn't
Because I
come back
mean, yeah,
down.
like it doesn't come
It
back down.
never
So
comes back
when you talk
down.
about the economy being stabilized,
Mm.
one will want to ask questions like, okay, the economy is being stabilized, but it has not started to touch the common man. So I want
Exactly.
to believe that she's talking, because I mean, she's the director general of World
What?
Trade
Yeah.
Organization
Yeah.
of the whole wide world,
Yeah.
and I want to believe that she's speaking from the economic point
Point
of
of view.
view.
Mm.
But for the common Nigerian, for the common man like you and I
Exactly.
do not think that the economy is stabilized just yet, because I mean, people are
Not
still
yet.
struggling. The inflation in the country is, I would like to use the word crazy, is
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And a lot of people cannot even, a lot of families cannot afford to eat 3 square meals.
No.
September
A
is
whole
coming,
lot.
families have to send their children to
To
school,
school.
and it's like, okay, the bills you pay before are like 10 times even higher than
Like talk about
what.
housing,
Thank you very
like
much.
the
Housing,
God.
housing. You know, we have lots of sectors in the economy that if we want to start to talk about them, I do not think that we'll finish, talking
No, we
about it.
wouldn't.
So it's just truly crazy for what it is. Still, the Daily Sun. Another story that struck my heart
Mm.
is OAU students commit suicide for
Suicide,
repeating
repeating class
class twice.
twice. Oh dear.
Okay, Obafemi Awolowo University. Do people
Mm.
repeat classes? I think you might just have carryovers. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe
carryovers.
she had too many carryovers, or maybe she had, or he or she um, had an extra year.
Yeah.
That's why they did it. But on the broader side of life, mm, life is
Repeating
not a do or
class
die affair.
twice.
Oh. There's university and there's university. When you finish university, you will come outside and know that sometimes in this life, it's not by what you person. And there are a lot
So
of factors
touching.
that might make people, lose their focus in school.
Mm.
Some might be as a result of lecturers wanting to have their ways with you, or
Yeah.
some might be, oh, I want my daughter and my son to study medicine, and they do not
Exactly.
have the capacity for that
Exactly.
class, and they are there. So it just feels like they are, they are drowning in
Exactly.
that class.
Being forced to
Yes, they are
do
being
or
forced.
go in a
It cannot.
direction
Do you
whereby
understand? Do you
they
understand? So
actually,
that's
yeah,
actually really a very painful one.
really
Another news
painful.
that came out on the Daily Sun newspaper is that of the guy that was killed in Kogi State. I
The
think the
photographer,
photographer, his friend killed him. You know, decapitated his head,
for ritual, of course.
removed all his body and all of that. Now the father has slumped and died.
Oh
It's
God.
such a very painful, painful story coming out of that. And I hope that justice
Will be
finally,
served.
yes, justice will
Talk
be
about
served.
friendship.
Do you know the funny thing, eh? They said sometimes your enemies are not so far.
Mm-mm.
Your enemies are sometimes within you.
Closer
It's
than you think.
closer than you think.
Closer than you
So
think.
one cannot be careful. You cannot be hiding from kidnappers
Mm-hmm.
and also hiding from destiny wasters, because this guy was just starting to, his life was just starting to
Beginning,
blossom,
yeah.
and one devil begotten son just felt like, okay,
Let's cut him short.
do you understand? Let's cut his life short. It's actually a very painful one. So yeah, we have
Painful
loads of
indeed.
interesting conversations and story coming out of Daily Stone, and you just might want to grab a
Copy.
copy. Moving forward, we have the Nation newspaper. This says one of the big the story making the big story for the Nation newspaper is
Mm.
Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala give
Give
Tinubu
Tinubu
credit for
credit for
stabilizing
stabilizing the
the economy.
economy.
Above the
Really.
nameplate, we have Obi endorses ADC candidates in by elections. We
Mm.
also have EFCC begins arraignment of 93 arrests of OBJ library. We also have inflation drops for fourth consecutive
Time.
time. Subsidy
Oh.
withdrawal facilitators of development says Mba. I think one of the story that catches my attention is that of inflation drops for the fourth consecutive time. Like
Exactly.
we said previously, we keep hearing government say the inflation has dropped, inflation has
Yeah.
dropped, but the prices of goods and services still remain, at all-time rise.
The same.
The
Like
same. Like I
sometimes
can't believe
it
that the
even goes
noodles
higher.
and egg I could eat in 2013, 2012, 2014. I could eat indomie and egg, two noodles rather. I could eat two noodles
And
and
two
one
eggs.
egg,
Okay.
or two eggs at the case maybe,
Mm.
100 naira. Right now, two noodles and one egg is over 1,000 naira. And you're wondering
Oh
that what is the
my
common man eating? What is happening? What's the common man eating? The soda that we take, some of us cannot do without soda. I don't
God.
want to mention
Exactly.
brand names
No, we're not
for
promoting
obvious
brands
reasons,
here.
but soda used to be 100 naira as at 3 4 years ago. Right now, soda is like 500 naira. Beans and rice, the gari that we all run to in uni,
The
like,
life
oh, do
saving
you
Gary.
understand the life-saving food after we finish doing obele,
Our
after we
superfood.
finish enjoying ourselves? If I then I like I went to University of Abuja, and prior to that time, I went to University of Abuja, and prior to that time, um, we could go to front of the school and buy. There's something they call kosh and dosh,
Okay.
kose and doya. I can buy it for like 100 naira, but I don't know how much it's going to cost right now, and I want to believe that it's going to cost a fortune. Because why am I
Exactly.
eating yam and akara for over 1,000 naira? You know, this and many more is very worrisome. So when the government comes up with um, conversations like inflation is dropping, we want to see it touch every aspect.
The only aspect I've actually noticed it touched was tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
The
okay.
prices
i
of
think i
tomatoes
think i
and
think for
peppers
tomatoes,
actually
I think
dropped.
no, I think for tomatoes and
Yeah.
pepper and other food items is understandable, because I mean they work
Seasons.
with seasons.
Yeah.
Even when life was better,
Yeah.
we always had a season where
For tomatoes.
tomatoes, onions were like one of the things that they could conveniently use to pay your bride price that time, because I mean they were expensive at a certain time, but
Exactly.
not as expensive as it is, because when you ask some of those farmers, they'll tell you the cost of producing them, the fertilizers. Of course, we know everything is on the rise right now. Cost
Exactly.
of transportation from one place to the other, we know how much a liter of fuel
Exactly.
is. So
We
people are
do.
selling 970, 950, as the case might be.
Mm.
So it's just like people say, okay, this is what is happening, but we are not seeing it happening that way. Moving to the Punch newspaper, this says strike countdown begins as Pencom and Labour disagree. We also have that of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala above the
Yeah.
nameplate, which says positive
Really
outlook
making
on
headlines.
the economic sparks for political debates. PDP inaugurates 44 member zoning committee, demands Wike's total loyalty. We also have EFCC denies targeting Obasanjo, arraigned suspects today.
Mm.
Police crush armed robbery operating from Lagos
Every
refuse
dump.
dump. Then
Mm.
we also have by-elections. INEC deploys poll materials as parties and end
End
campaign.
campaign.
Now, I think one of the stories that caught or that is catching my attention, or that I find worrisome, is when PDP is demanding Wike's total loyalty. And I'm like, a lot has happened between PDP and Wike, starting from the last election
Yeah.
to this time. I do not know why PDP has not, you know, um, given or sanctioned Wike for anti-party activities, but it is what it is.
It is what it
Now they
is.
are, and I know for 2027, a lot of them have defected to ADC, the new
Yeah.
coalition party,
Yeah.
trying to take power um,
APC.
from the ruling party.
Yeah.
Let's just see how that goes. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I do not trust politicians at all,
I
because
do not.
politicians, at the dying minute, you see them dropping like water for the ruling party,
Exactly.
and
Be
you'll be
camping.
wondering that is it that the president is using touch and follow for these people? Because I don't understand what is happening. But interesting times ahead on the political scene.
Exactly.
2027 is coming. We get to see how it goes. Moving forward. So interesting conversations coming out from the Punch newspaper. You just
Exactly.
might want to grab a copy
Copy.
for yourself. This also says Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust newspaper, the big story making headline: Northern states pay poor
For pension.
pension. Below we have DSS grills Mahmuda terrorist group's leader. We also say this also says I washed toilets, bathrooms in Mushin to survive. Super Falcons
Falcons
captain
captain.
Ajibade. This also says provide safety nets for Nigerians. Okonjo Iweala tells Tinubu. Then the big picture is that of Mba commissioning the mega transport terminals and 100 mass transit CNG buses.
Buses in
Above the
Enugu.
nameplate that says PDP kicks as Canadian courts designates party APC terrorist orgs.
Orgs.
Then pastor beats children for spiritual cleansing.
Cleansing. War.
Alleged 189 billion fraud. What I told
EFCC
EFCC
interrogatory.
interrogators by
Interrogators
Tambuwal.
Tambuwal.
By-elections, APC, PDP, ADC in show of strength for tomorrow. I know elections in Nigeria, like I like to say, now who rig pass the winner, may the
Exactly.
best rigger win, because that's all they do. They rig a lot, and you start saying,
They rig
"Oh,
for a
they are
living.
rigging. PDP is rigging. This is other person. APC is rigging." The best rigger, may the best rigger
May the
win.
best rigger
Um,
win.
one of the story that caught my attention, two stories actually caught my attention.
Mm.
Northern states pay poor pension. I mean, even the workers right now, um, we are paying 70,000 naira for the minimum wage.
Yes, that's the minimum
Some
wage.
northern states are still paying 18,000 naira minimum wage to their workers. I mean,
Really?
after 18,000, we had 35,000
35,
and
yeah.
like that. Some states are still paying 18,000 naira
In this
as we speak
present
in this
economy.
present economy, because I mean, they will cite an instance that
Dear God.
insurgency has really crippled
Yeah.
most parts of the
The northern
economic activities that
states.
happen in the northern states,
Yeah.
and that has not really helped with how
Oh,
much they make as a state. I just hope that these are one of the things that I hope that the federal government can probably,
exactly.
um
Work on.
look work out
Mm.
and look into. Another story that is interesting, that they say even the Bible says that my people perish for lack of
Lack of
wisdom. Because I
knowledge.
don't understand how a pastor will be beating my own child that they are doing spiritual cleansing.
The
If I don't use 2 by 2 to break your head, I don't understand what it is.
the
And
level of stubbornness is strong.
yeah, and the funny thing is that these people, like, I'm so sorry to say, religion is one of the things that have completely blindfolded some of our parents, because if your parents did not take you to a particular place,
Yeah.
there's no way any pastor will come and tell you that the only way to bring out demons from your body is to flog you. I don't understand what concerns physical harm with spiritual something. That will never, like, that is like a mental illness that I will never ever think. Like, if they ask me now that what are one of the mental illnesses that you think as an individual, number one of the mental illness I think as an individual is flogging somebody physically for something that is supernatural
Some churches
control.
do it for deliverance.
Secondly, another spiritual illness is also flogging a student because their parents cannot pay their school fees
School
or afford.
fees.
That's a mental
School
illness.
fees.
Because if you're not mad, sorry to use the word, if you're not mentally deranged, you shouldn't be flogging a child because their parents are in. Go to the parents' office and fight them one on one, two fighting.
No, they believe if they beat you, it
So
will
if they beat me, so you are
it will
beating
prompt your
me.
parents to pay your school
Like,
fees.
I would never understand it. I would
Oh
never
my
understand
god.
it. Even that time they'll flog you for the slightest things, like you did not bring two tissue paper, two
Yeah.
biro, two. My parents are struggling. It's not that I'm an adult. I understand that when your father come outside and sit down under the moonlight, it's not avoiding you, bills choke.
Adulthood na scam.
Sometimes you don't even want to talk. Sometimes you're like, you know what? You're thinking of rent, bills, this one. Before you know, they've called you from your village that your uncle fell
Yeah.
from palm wine tree. You're thinking of how to stabilize your life. And these are just one of the, spiritual problems that I think that we don't speak about enough
Yeah.
in this country. So interesting conversations coming out from the Guardian newspaper. You just might want to grab a copy. Moving on, we have the Vanguard. Last but not the least, this says the modern life is rendering men
Men
infertile.
infertile.
The big story that we
Interesting.
also the big story picture or pictorial story that we have is that of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the visit she had with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then below the nameplate we have "Don't undermine opposition party." SMBLF
SMBLF,
cautions
APC,
APC
and
and INEC.
INEC.
Economy now stable under Tinubu. We've said that.
Yeah.
Boko Haram, US OK's 346 million arms sale to Nigeria.
God.
Rivers local government poll.
God,
ROS
please.
IEC gets voters register insists on August 30th date. Mark to Nigerians, that's David Mark to Nigerians, give ADC a chance to prove worth. Um, Above the nameplate, airline operators lift live ban on Emerson. We have NLC issues 7-day strike notice over pension and NSITF funds. By-election tension as INEC delivers sensitive materials. States have received 7.1 trillion naira under current administration by Wale Edu. So this and many more we have on the Vanguard newspaper. But I would like to say one of the stories that captured my heart is that of David Mark telling Nigerians that they should give ADC a chance. And I have this question for politicians: give ADC a chance to vote the people that were in APC before and PDP before. You all are
It's
literally
just the
the same
transfer of
thing. Do you
power. They just
understand?
keep
The
transferring it.
transfer of power does not
Keeps
change
going
your
round
past,
and round.
records and all of that. So you just might want to grab a copy from the Vanguard newspaper. So interesting conversations making round on our national dailies. This is how far we can come on the paper preview for today, and I hope that you were interested and you just might want to get a copy to have more insights into what is happening in the country.
Exactly. And now moving on to the podcast proper. Guys, hmm, we have shocking, shocking news for you. A whole lot has happened over the past few days from Emerson being arrested, being bundled out of an aircraft, and then taken straight to jail, and then being released again and being offered a job. And then talk about Dangote, the Dangote truck that crashed. Um, One of BB's Niger former housemate, I think, yeah, Phyna. So I think she has actually called out Dangote group of companies, and Dangote group of companies actually responded, and it was positive.
I do
Also,
not think it was positive. I'm sorry to say, I do not think it was positive because I mean, this is not the first time that Dangote trailer has crushed people.
it's
I have
countless.
lost a very close friend of mine to Dangote trailers escapades, let me put it that way. And I do not know why this how will I put it? Okay, so my own was that of my secondary school mate.
Okay.
We Her name is Shewa Ginny, may her soul rest in peace. She was in
Amen.
school Akumba. She went to photocopy materials just in front of school, inside like a complex, when the trailer rammed into all
Oh
of them
Lord.
and killed them. On her mother hearing the news, because she's an only child, her mother slumped and died.
Oh
This and many more. Question is, because somebody is coming out to drag you because they have a voice,
yes.
what about thousands of families that these people, because whether you like it or not, every year, I don't have water in my mouth when I said it, and I'm not using allegedly. The fact is there.
It's
Every
there.
year, Dangote trailer hits people every year.
That is if they're not falling over
So my question is,
and
how do
spilling
you write?
um
Yeah. So my question is, how do you write stuff like what's the word now? How do you write stuff like quick recovery for somebody whose leg is amputated
I wanted
and
to
the
say
second one might be amputated and he said you know what? You guys are not serious. You're not serious. Now, I traveled to Okpila. Okpila and Auchi,
yeah,
they are not far from
each
themselves. I
other.
think it's just 20 minutes drive, but all trailers have to pass through Okpila. And you need to see the way those trailer drivers, we have Boa Cement and Dangote Cement
Yeah,
in Okpila now
yeah.
as their depot. Now, you need to see the way these people were, speeding like, how will I put it now? Speeding like they were going for Fast and Furious. Even Paul Walker in heaven will be like, "Are you serious?" Now, it's just because it doesn't affect us directly, so we can sit down from a place of comfort and just be like, "Ah, hey, yeah." God forbid if her sister had died, hey, yeah, may her soul rest in peace. And you're
They
like,
will still
I better go
compensate
warm
her.
eba for me, make I chop,
They
because
will
it does
still
not happen to
compensate the
you.
dead.
They'll still compensate. Which dead? In most cases, they don't even compensate these people.
At
They
all.
do not. So if she did not take the drastic measure she's taking right now
Yeah.
of making sure that
use the word because if you say truck, it will sound like just another dumper truck or maybe one of those Howo. But we're talking about a Dangote truck. Like this truck have how many tires? I didn't know those trucks with 12 tires and so on.
Of course,
And then
imagine you
talking
having an
about
accident with such a truck like
and
that.
then the driver does
The
not have a license. How did he get
audition,
how did
thank
he
you
how
very
did he
much.
how did he
We bring
manage
it back to nepotism. A guy, one of my
nepotism?
brother,
It's nepotism.
when they village, they do anything. They don't almost impregnate all the girls when they have a village. I bet me could not give and work.
If they drink, they
Oh
fall
yeah,
for
bring,
village.
bring am, make we employ am, bam. Praise the Lord though, make una help me thank God though. They don't give my pikin work for Dangote oh. Pastor said it oh, he prayed oh,
He
and look at
prayed, he
what has
declared.
happened. So
Lord have
nepotism is
mercy.
always like the order of the day, and the question is, how long can we continue, and how long is it sustainable? I wonder why sanctions have not been given to Dangote company. I mean, I'm not blaming the billionaire, but
No.
if people have certain um how will I put it now? If people have certain complaints every year about Dangote truck, those from Ondo State Akuba, I cannot count how many times.
Talk about Kogi. Talk
I
about
cannot. Do you
Kogi. Talk
understand? I
about
cannot talk about how many.
talk
We're not
about
saying
this
that
road
other
between
trucks don't
Lagos
kill
and
people.
and um
Yes,
and what's
I'm
the name
not
of that
saying other
road?
trucks don't kill people, but it is mainly
Dangote.
Dangote truck. And
Dangote
some
is
people,
usually.
and that's why it's giving room for the market women, the uneducated people
Yeah,
to say, oh, are you sure it's not ritual? It's not rituality, it is pure wickedness.
it's
Because if
wickedness.
you do your due diligence, and I don't even understand, we always have road safety. Road safety are always there. Road safety, they are always there around the clock. Please, you want to check on it.
I'm sorry to say, those ones are after catching people with private vehicles, catching them. You see, they still have license. You just hold them and then tell them to pay and bail themselves. Like if you see the way people avoid these road safety officers on the road, some people might they even almost run into accidents and things like that. I'm saying it because if you just check this city gate, this road, the city gate road, like there's a place where road safety and those VIO, you see them parked there and then check the police signboard and things like that. You see them there. People as much as possible avoid them. You even see I don't understand. Like these trucks, you don't see them stopping these trucks and checking for their licenses. You see a lot of ho moving. Okay, there was an accident some weeks past, and what caused that accident? It was a truck driver as well. This what's it called? It's not like a ho. That one lower than the ho. Like the old truck we used that was called a dumper truck. They're all dumper trucks though. There was an accident. It was that truck that caused the accident. Now, if they stop every truck and they check for their license, I think most of these things will not be happening. But
Sometimes
they're
you
after
see some
going after
truck
private
like this, Benz.
vehicles.
Sometimes you even see some of them, the tires they are driving are not complete.
Are not
It's either
overloaded and they're
overload.
overloaded. Always overloaded. And then there are these whole drivers they carry sand, they don't cover the sand, they don't cover it, and then you driving your vehicle, if you don't wind up
Well,
properly, sand will just go into your eyes straight.
that can
It's
probably cause damage and harm to other
damages,
people, because I
accidents
mean,
everywhere. So most of these things, I think road safety should really start checking
but I
these
thought that we
drivers
had them.
of this
But I thought we
dumper
had the
of these trucks.
department, roadworthiness. Like I think they're the ones that check if your car, your vehicle are worthy enough. You know, I don't know, but I know that the apology that Dangote, whatever it is that they said, I mean, that is not an
I was
apology.
going to hammer on that
And
adequately
this girl just, and
compensated.
do you know what annoyed me is that this girl just graduated from university. She just graduated like 7 days ago,
Yeah, I learned so.
and this is
The fresh
happening.
graduate.
And when they were addressing her, they addressed her as Mrs. She's a young girl. She's
When you put
give me money. How much did you buy this thing? I bought it for XYZ amount of money, but what I used to buy the thing not rich.
God knows that one is very
God
natural with
knows that
women.
one is natural. But you cannot send me to hellfire with some people that have done worse things. I will not agree.
Nigerian politicians,
We
in
died
fact,
there.
those
Because
ones they'll
I
have
don't
a
bear false
special
witness.
they'll have a special place in hell. I'm sure the hottest place in hell
I don't bear
will
false
be for
witness.
them.
I don't serve plastic god. What else again is the commandment? I don't commit adultery. I stay one place. So the only thing is lies.
As
I
far as we're
know we
concerned,
all
we are the
lie.
righteousness of God in Christ Jesus.
Thank you.
It's how well we
So
God.
there's no way in this life that I'm going to go to hellfire
Oh
after
my
suffering
God.
and being a Nigerian. It just cannot
Being a
work.
Nigerian alone.
It's an extreme sport.
Ah,
Every day, do you know, I even told somebody that, when you walk out to your junction, you just be seeing POS, 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 POS. I said, it should not be POS, it should be BP machine. Anyway, you stop, you check your BP. You continue because you have a lot.
please, if you said
You have a lot.
if we implement that in Nigeria, they will say everybody's dying
Everybody, no, whether everybody's dying.
because everybody's walked up.
Because everybody have family meeting with themselves in their head. If you see me talking to myself on the road, I'm having family meeting. Only me thinking, which will I pay between
You're having a
NEPA
conference.
bill and I'm having conference and I'm the board of director. Only me, I'm the shareholder. So if you
Oh
see me
my God.
moving ahead, then those way you are thinking, you not come and say they are putting somebody like you not be like, God, save me as I'm going home.
Fresh graduate
Do you
with a
understand?
load of
Fresh
hope.
graduate. So imagine how many
Oh,
people that these things
Lord.
have happened to without a voice in their
Whew.
family. It is just what it is. Let's move on
What
to the
it
next
is.
story. Our time is fast spent.
Okay, moving on to the next one. We talked about Comfort Emerson, and we know she behaved unruly, and then she was arrested, thrown in jail, and then she was released
But
again.
I'm so sorry. I do not think that she behaved unruly because I know what some people, natural people, would do.
No, like in on the aircraft, there were videos.
There were videos that they
Before-
wanted Nigerians to see.
Yeah.
There were events that happened before that event happened. There were events that happened. How will you tell me that I should turn off my phone and I'm telling you that I have put it on flight mode and you're telling me that you will make an example out of me? You will show me Pepe. You will do this.
No,
you will
that
do
that air hostess, she has
No, my problem is that
she
those
has
people that
records.
put flight mode,
Yeah.
are they mad?
No.
Nobody has said. In fact, let me even tell you how shocking it is. Nigerian aircraft, off your phone. We are traveling out of the country. Air hostess will announce the Wi-Fi is available. Kindly connect. I don't understand. Is aircraft no aircraft? So I don't get where people get obsessed with, like, how will I put it now? They get obsessed with power. See, let me tell you. Every Nigerian, we are like a reflection, or our leaders are a reflection of who we are.
And they're not reflecting
If I become national chairman today,
I reject it.
and you
They
stop
cannot
me
reflect
right
me.
now, the first thing I say is majority carries the vote. I can
Yeah.
tell you how many times Nigerians have acted like after sliced bread they were the next. For example, during COVID,
Yeah.
surgical mask that I don't send, you don't send. Do you go to surgery? Do I go to surgery?
No, we don't.
That thing was 50 naira during COVID.
1,000.
They took
3,000.
it to 1,000. During POS, scarcity of cash. I know what they used my eye to see, POS operatives. Now imagine these people at the corridors of power. What exactly they will do. Okay, let me even bring it down to your family. Your grandma die. They give your uncle money to go and buy cow. Everybody contributes 200. Your uncle will go to the market and look for the cow that is 120,000 naira, and they gave your uncle 200,000. This thing I'm telling you happened when my grandma died. They will give your uncle money to go and buy. Everybody contributed 200,000. When you go to the market, what you should go there and look for is cow of 200,000.
200.
But when you get there, you say,
You try to beat down the price at least. If you
they
get it
will
for
show you this
180,
cow.
okay.
They'll show you this cow. You'll be like, how much is this cow? They'll be like, it's 150, and they've given you 120. So they give you
200,000.
You'll be like, hey, 150. So you don't have the one that have epilepsy, the one of 120.
That way they see
Bring
one
it,
and one
let me
kill.
see. Do you understand? So Nigerians are like a reflection of our leaders. Now, our leaders are a reflection of who Nigerians are. Now, this woman was power drunk to this to this passenger, and they will thank God there was a video that later resurfaced that I want to pass. Madam blocked the road. That you will
Yeah,
not pass.
I was very particular about that
I
scene.
want to
I said,
pass.
why was
and
the
she
air
was well
hostess?
dressed. Now they videoed this lady, stripped her naked, And somebody thought somebody's best uncle in the world, best father in the world, or best mother in the world felt that it was okay
To post
to
it
post it.
all
See, that
over
lady really
social
has a case, so
media. Hey,
she really,
hey,
really has a case.
she
If she knows,
does.
if her lawyers know what they are doing, if it is not a charge and bail lawyer and those that sat in class and were sleeping during class when other people were concentrating, you take a problem to a very good lawyer. You know, there's a difference between lawyer and the law. No, take your case to a very good lawyer. When you take your case to a very good lawyer, they will make a case out of it because,
Exactly.
I mean, according to them, she's quam too. And another thing I don't like about Nigerians again is the fact that everybody wants to chase clout with your situation. Imagine the essay to the governor of Delta State saying that he should come, he's going to give her
A
a
job
job
of
and
500,000
500,000.
naira
How much is his
monthly.
own salary as
How
an
many
essay?
Nigerians has he giving a job of 50,000 naira?
Can you
Even?
imagine?
Let's
Some
even
people,
ask
some
him.
people have done nothing. They did not fight. They are okay. They've been trying to be noticed. That's to tell you that the world don't like good people. They
No,
like negative
no.
people, and they like to project their misfortune on other people because
Exactly.
there are people who were working. Even in his family, I'm very sure that there is that girl in his family that does not have work. In his immediate environment, there is somebody in his immediate environment that is unemployed. But no, how can I give the girl that he just wants to sleep? I'm so sorry to say. I'm so
They are
sorry to
just going to
say.
make a business out of her. Somebody told me that. Somebody
Like,
I know.
I
He
don't
said they're just
know.
going to make. They're just going to make a business venture out of her,
Exactly, they're going
and
to
she's
make
going
a
to be
business
passed from hand
venture
to hand,
from hand to hand
from
because
hand to
everybody were talking
hand.
about her, you know,
Her
her
two,
chest, and
her
I'm like, okay,
two.
okay, okay. If it was a
The
man
two
that it happened
representatives
to,
of her mammary
you will never
glands.
see men, you never see women talking about his PPO. But
No,
let it just go, let it
yeah,
just
but
go,
men,
let it just go, let it
very
just go. People
polygamous
were
human beings.
polygamous until you do it. That's a topic of for another day. And everybody were like, oh,
Oh my god.
this lady, she's this, she's that. Anyway, we are happy that they've dropped the live ban and this thing.
Yeah, on
I
her.
also think that the aviator sector
Yeah,
don't have that power to ban anybody from flying.
exactly.
Is it your father that is the owner of the airspace?
I don't know.
It's okay for an airline to ban somebody, don't use my airline. Which one is don't use air? Why don't you go and ban bed?
She would
Because
just.
what do you mean? And that is why when people travel out of Nigeria, they have negative things to say about Nigeria. And sometimes they'll be like, you are decampaigning your country. It is animalistic behaviors like this. Because what do you mean that you ban somebody for
Ma'am,
life?
I think you're talking about our leaders. I think it's as a result of what the leaders have
Our
done.
leaders have stolen billions of
Everyone
naira.
has become selfish, self-centered. I they fight for my own. I they fight for my own. You fight for your own. Like people will tell you now, if you get problem, call God. If you get business, call me. So everybody now, everyone now is self-centered. Like this man now saying he's offering Comfort a job
It's
of
cloud
five hundred
chasing.
thousand,
That's
and
cloud chasing.
he's paying for her flight,
That's cloud
as in
chasing.
to and fro.
That's cloud
What did
chasing.
she do? What has she done to earn that
It's cloud.
exactly?
That's
Like
cloud
what has she done
chasing.
to earn that? What exactly has she done to earn that?
Because me and you do not fight in aircraft. That's why we are here now talking podcast. Eh? Maybe if we are fought now, by now they would have given me all
Treatments.
presidential treatments. You know, let me talk like Yoruba man. Sare guya and go. I'll quickly chook you, your bad place. By now, maybe when I finish choking you knife or choking you something, they'll not come and give me presidential pardon. They'll not come and make me ambassador
Oh
to knife and bottle company because I don't even understand where the ambassadorial deal is coming from.
my god. A colleague of mine said.
Like I don't understand. Two truths can
Oh
exist.
my god.
Two people. Do
Oh.
you know why I'm even angry? I don't even understand why they even took it so serious. What Kwamwan did is much more serious
What
than
much
what
more
that
serious
lady
than
did.
what Comfort
Because two people are fighting,
did?
one on one, two fighting. What I expected them to do is that they should bring them out in the play. Oh yeah, fight yourself. Whoever win, if you win, if you lose, you lose your
But I
job.
did not support the
You
part
if
of
you
her
win.
removing her footwear to beat anybody, and then she was slapping people
I
here
don't
and there.
understand because they
I don't.
stripped me naked. They slapped so I'll come and
That
turn
was
my
before she
cheek.
was actually stripped.
Before then, this woman had slammed her phone on the floor.
Oh,
Like, are
okay.
you serious? Like, I want to come out of the aircraft. You have to understand that not everybody is our Lord Jesus Christ.
No, no, no.
Some people have, like I said, when you see some people, they are not mentally okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have other things that are wrong with them. So for every gbas, there's an irreversible gbos.
Both.
So just because we do not see when the gbas happen does not mean that we should come and dwell on the gbos. Because I want to believe that something, as far as I'm concerned, is one-on-one, two fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. That's why she fought. I'm not supporting her action. If I be the person, I don't know if I will behave like that, and I could probably even behave worse. Nobody, because sometimes when people provoke you to a point, it will bring out the ugly part of you that you would even know. It's when you are watching your clip, you'll be like, wait, am I the one? That be somebody that is this my
and
clone?
the anger might have built up over time,
Do you
even
understand?
before that thing happened.
Instead of them to thank God that thank you God, oh, we could have had plane crash, oh, we did not die. You said the lady should not come down from. And another person came out to talk about the fact that this particular air hostess has done that before. She's
a lot
that
of people
person.
testified to that, like on Twitter. It was everywhere. Wow, this topic is really vast.
So let's move to our very, because if you stay here, we
Exactly.
can talk and
We'll
talk.
talk about it for forever. Okay, Super Falcons captain on unpaid $100,000 reward.
They will be fine. The people that they promised money how many years ago, they not pay them money after 11 years. I don't understand. Like, is this a news? When they promise you something, did they tell you the date? Did they tell you when? Did they tell you I'll pay you today? We are used to it. Please don't disturb us. When people were eating chicken and clapping, I was in my house, I was broke, I did not eat anything, but I'm so sorry for them. They will pay them their money. Thank you so much for bringing the cup and winning the cup 10 times in a row. I mean, how many times in a row they win? If I can say nonsense. 10 times in a row. Thank you for bringing and winning it. Thank you so much. I can only lament for you. They just promise. It's not up to 1 month now.
Don't trust Nigerian government.
It's not up to 1 month. Just give them a year and 6 months. You'll be okay. Prepare yourself. Because what else do you want to say?
Honestly, but Baba Bat.
I don't know.
Reason with them.
They are processing the money. They are processing the money. They should hold on. I don't understand. Rome was not built in one day. They should hold on. I don't understand. Somebody that went to school and suffered and struggled it takes 4 years to finish university for the certificate. They should wait to be okay.
Okay. Next story. A banger. The mighty. Social media influencer, actress, host. Call her. She's a lot. She's an entrepreneur. Toke Makinwa is pregnant.
Oh, so cute. I was actually very happy for her, actually, because I mean, I think that has been one of the stuff like on her bucket list. I mean, when you're like 40,
yeah,
you're not married. And you know the funny thing, Nigerians are very unfortunate. On that comment, you're asking for the father. Somebody even say it is prosthetic pregnancy. What's your business? Like, what is your business? Like, I don't. Do you know the funny thing? Nigerians project their misfortune on other people. Somebody came and said I'm pregnant. You say no, you are not. That's mental illness.
Somebody say who is the father?
Like, who is the father? What concern you? Is your father missing? I mean, is your husband missing?
Somebody say who give Toke Makinwa belle? I said your concern. Who ask you questions?
This is where you say congratulations and you keep it going.
Congratulations, sis. I wish you all the best. Now, like, people go say, why is she pregnant? Why
somebody
are you pregnant?
That is actually 40. You're asking someone that is 40 why they are pregnant. When it's not someone that is in jest writing junior YA. Because I don't understand.
Social media, you will find the online in-laws, online parents, online grandmothers, online brothers and sisters.
I'm just happy
they're all online.
I'm happy for her and I wish her all the best. Really.
Yeah.
I wish her all the best. And to all the TTC mothers, my hearts are with you. I wish you guys all the best.
All the best.
Negative people on social media would always be there. Satan begotten children. They are not happy in their home. Unfortunate children. They are not always happy. They always have something to say.
You people should kahuta.
Even when she bring her, the person that impregnated her, they will go and dig that man impregnated their auntie in SS2 and they abandon them in the village. They know, like, nothing good comes out of them. You know when they say, nothing is happening. How can we find fault?
A comment on Twitter said Nigerians can dig deeper than well diggers.
See, if you have a
professionals,
let me just give you advice before we go. If you have a new boyfriend, I don't trust him.
They carry digger online.
Picture on social media and tell them to do their work.
They carry
digger online. To come outside. His name, everything they will look for. Even his HIV status and staphylococcus status, everything will come outside. At the end of the day, we'll be fine. So yeah.
Gbogbo yín máa wá alright.
At the end of the day, so this is where we call it a wrap. If you leave us, probably
Yeah.
have loads of stuff to talk about. But we probably have loads of stuff to talk about, but we have to go. But we don't want to go, but we have to go.
We have
The
to.
camera and crew behind they don't want us to go, but we just have to go. Don't worry, more interesting episodes to come on Issues and Society live stream and also subsequently a podcast. My name is Vanessa, aka Vanny Bloom. Thank you for watching. Have a goodbye.
Bye. We didn't tell them to like, subscribe, and share.